Hello, AKC here with another review, and this is gonna be a sad one, because this review is of Languish Arts by Ka. If you don't know who Ka is an abstract slash drumless hip hop artist who is often known for his very methodical and poetic way of teaching of describing like hood struggles and trials and tribulations. The reason why I say this is going to be a sad one is because he died a couple of days ago a week ago, on October 12th. And it was a shock because he died around 57, 58, 59, like late 50s. And it's like, I never thought that was going to happen because he was just having he was having a very good career, especially in this underground scene of Drumless, which you don't know, Drumless is literally just hip hop without drums, exactly like how it says. It was just such a shock because like, what? And he was just releasing albums after album after album after album. It seemed like it was going so well, and then just as happens, it's like, whoa. So I thought it was only right that after Abbey Road, I was going to cover a Ka album. I gotta say, this it does fall in line with his other work. He also on the same year as this was released, he released also another album on the same day called Woeful Studies, and they're kind of different. Woeful Studies is, I would say, is a lot more lighter in tone, a lot more rhythmic as well, and a little bit better. It's a little bit better in my opinion. Yeah, why don't we just dive right into it? With the instrumentals are so much darker, so much more lethargic, so much more just melancholic on here than on Woeful Studies. Like for example, No Reservations, the very slow piano chords along with the synth in the background gives it this very, like I said, just sad sound. Same thing with Forgive Me. Kind of sound just very, I would say, kind of like self-pity-ish, you know what I mean? And also with If Not True as well. Unindulged is also one of the only tracks on here with drums, and it still sounds very sad. It doesn't sound upbeat like you would think it does. Then you also have songs like Last Place, the last track on this album, Last Place, which I really do like. It's kind of samurai-ish type of sound, which he does have an album way before this, called Honor Kill the Samurai, and it kind of reminds me of that. And it goes really well with the subject matter. And I might be wondering, what is the subject matter and how does he tackle it on here? Well, the subject matter is, like I said, the trials and tribulations of being in the hood and being in Brooklyn, New York, and the things that he had to go through, not only as an adult, also as a child. Because when you think about it, this rapper, he started his career. He started his career in 2008. He's 50. He was 50. He was like 58, 57. He was honestly, he's kind of like new. He's kind of like a Danny Brown situation, if that makes sense. You know how Danny Brown kind of started when he was a little bit older for the rap game too. This is kind of exactly what it was like for Ka. And you can tell he just has like a lifelong amount of experience with stuff, in the way that he says stuff and the way that he explains his stuff. It's very poetic and it's very just like lush, if that makes sense, and it's very vivid imagery, but also very haunting imagery. The opener track, Full Cobra, is a perfect example of this, in my opinion. Not only is the beat, like I said, lethargic, slow, again, kind of methodical. This is where he just talks about his relationship with rap, the hood, his hood, and what he would have to do and everything. The lyrics, like one of my favorite lyrics off of this album is, "Let cross-stretchers be, it ain't G stop, it's a clown. One advocated till we all graduated, rocking a gown." Now, so you see the word cross-stretcher, like, what the heck is going on? Which I would say I was also the same way. You know what I mean? But what I'm seeing is he's actually kind of advocating, like he says, one advocated, so we all graduated rocking a gown. Now, this could mean a couple of things. We all graduated in the fact that we all graduate from school, so we walk a gown. But see, in the hood, that's the school. School is not seen as like a viable source to get like money and survive and everything. So maybe that's like kind of, it's going to school is kind of seen as like gay or something like that. You know what I mean? Or it could also mean in the other way, graduated in life. And when I mean graduated in life is dying, going in a lot of cases to the heavens and in a gown. Think about it: gown, heavens, long dress, all white, all of that. That's kind of how I interpret it. It's not really I don't think it's transphobic or anything. And we just have multiple stories of, for example, it's a lot of wounds in these tombs. Please excuse it. Ain't hard to show the scars if I need to prove it. Just showing kind of like, I would say, his stripes and what he goes through and everything. Plus, I really love the bass in the background on the chorus. He has choruses, which is not a normal thing for him. Got the hood on my back, full Cobra. And it's just really nice. Then we go to Ascension, which has like these very nice, haunting, cinematic strings. Makes it sound very cinematic and very just like wow. And I think in this track he talks about his ascension in the hood and becoming a hood figure, an important hood figure, and how he's doing all of this out of love and everything. Even if he is, doing all this bad stuff, it's all out of like survival and love and everything. And that's the type of stuff that we get on here, just as a whole. We get again like a lot of like, oh, these are the stripes that I earned, but at what cost? Or we have on Forgive Me, for example, talk about just talking about like basically saying sorry about all the stuff that he's had to do to get him into certain positions, like killing people, holding a gun up to somebody just because you need some food on the table for your family, or for your mom who probably can't get a job because of something and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just, this whole album is just full of very, very, like, I guess, like, I would say touching. It's like subject matter. I don't want to say touchy, but like just touching subject matter, and him being very descriptive about what he had to go through. Like on Last Place, the last track, talking about basically how in the hood, like, everybody's kind of like last place, not really getting what they need or honestly what they deserve. For the hard work and stuff that they put in, no matter how much hard work, they always get last place. This is what last place looks like. Although I do say it does sound kind of like bitter. You know what I mean? I think he has every right to be bitter. You know what I mean? Just from what has happened to him in his life and what happened to these people in these life. Like, feeling like they've gotten last place and everything. I also do like Family Color, which could mean a whole bunch of myriad of things. Not only family color and like, the black skin color. Also family color in like gangs and stuff too. There are like some things I don't like about this album though. Touché, it's just like I don't even know what Touché is, to be totally honest. It's kind of just weird. I don't have a problem with experimental hip hop. People know me, I don't have a problem with experimental hip hop, but it's just like what. Also, it's just boring. I don't know. It's just kind of boring. The lyrics are still good. But it's kind of just like just boring. Same thing with Still Holding, which I feel like since it has Joie on there, which I actually do like on Woeful Studies. She kind of, I kind of don't like her performance on here. It kind of just feels kind of lacking, especially on Joie. Even especially on the other track called Building on Woeful Studies, even though she only had 30 seconds there, I feel like she still did her thing, a good job on building on the track on what was actually going on there. I thought that was really good. I like her performance there. This one seems kind of just drawn out in my opinion. Although I do like the subject matter of still holding hope, even though when it seems hopeless. I do like her lyrics on the second half, saying, "Life's cold winds, embrace nights. It was frozen. Knowing one day will be golden. That to that hope I'm still holding." You know, basically saying, you know, even when the nights are frozen and cold and dark and everything seems like it's all going to shit, we'll still be golden. We'll still be number one. We'll still be okay, and I'm still holding out for that hope. I do like those lyrics. I also do like another bar. If I'm not wrong, was on "If Not True," where he equates his bars, his rapping to his bars, as like prison bars. And that's just another example of him doing immaculate imagery and storytelling. Immaculate imagery and storytelling. Overall, I will say I'll give this an 8. It is an 8. Pretty strong 8. Even though I do think it does kind of fall off near the end, I think the beginning is way stronger than the end, and that's like that for Woeful Studies as well, so I'm not surprised, but it's a little bit less like that on here. Granted, I just probably need more time to sit with it, but I liked it. I really did like it. And, you know, it was really sad kind of like seeing, like, you know, you could tell he was very passionate, he was very intelligent in the way that he said his things, and it just sucks that he went out too soon, that he died too soon. Yeah, I'll give it an 8, pretty strong 8. Heavily recommend this artist, very underrated, and I feel like he did not give his flowers enough. He did not get his flowers while he was alive. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. AKC out.